Hi everyone, now in this lecture we're going to take a look at finding content to tweet on Twitter. Now one of the best places you can go for this is BuzzSumo. So it's buzzsumo.com. Now they do have a paid version, but for what we're doing here you don't need the paid version. The free version is fine, you don't need to sign up or register or anything. Now make sure you select Content Research up here along these tabs. And then in the search bar at the top, type in anything that you want to find content about. Now, if you want, you can also sort here by Twitter shares, and that's going to bring the most popular content to the top, the most popular content on Twitter. So it's been shared on Twitter this many times. So for example, this one here, this piece of content here has been shared on Twitter 4,500 times. This one here has only been shared 125 times. So by sorting by Twitter shares, you're going to bring to the top the content that is most popular on Twitter. Now by tweeting content like this, you're going to get more engagement. So let's take a look at this one at the top. Now this one happens to be a video, which is fine. We can share this on Twitter, so we can tweet this on Twitter by clicking on share and then clicking on the Twitter icon. Now if you want to, you could probably add a few more words of text to this tweet, or you could just tweet it as is. And when you want to search for another subject, another topic to find content for, just type it in the bar here, click search and do the same again. So you can bring to the top the content that's most popular on Twitter by clicking on Twitter shares after you have typed in some kind of search term or keyword here to find the type of content you're looking for. So that's buzzsumo.com, a very valuable website to get content to tweet. Now this is the next place, the next great place to get content to tweet on your Twitter account. And this is stumbleupon.com. So you don't need all this, just type in stumbleupon.com. And then up here where it says all interests, click the drop down box and just choose an interest, or if you prefer, you can click on edit interests and you can add interests so that you will be able to browse content in your specific area, so your specific niche. Now when you find something you'd like, for example, this here, if I wanted to tweet this particular page here, go up here, click on share and click on Twitter. Now if I don't like this, I can click on stumble and here's a different piece of content. So every time you click stumble, you're going to get another page coming up that you can share. Now this is all interest, so let me narrow this down. I'll click on camping and this here looks pretty good. Tiny camper that you can pull behind your bike. That looks really good. But if I don't like this, I just keep clicking on stumble until I do find something that I like that I want to share on Twitter. So if I like this, have a quick look through it, I can click on share. Share this page with anyone, choose Twitter. So StumbleUpon works different to, well, pretty much any other website out there because you have to keep clicking this button here, stumble, to get a new piece of content, and you are randomly presented with content. So you're not sorting by the most popular or anything like that. You need to click this button until you find something that you like to share, but you can narrow it down obviously through the interests, through clicking this button here to edit interests, so that you're only looking at pages that are specifically in your niche. And although you cannot sort by popularity, you can tell how popular a page is up here, liked by over 6,000 people. So this is popular. But there are others that you come across that have many more likes than that. And this one here that came up next has over 31,000 likes. So you can't sort by popularity to get the most popular content coming to the top or anything like that, but you can get an idea of how popular content is by looking up here. All right, so that's stumbleupon.com. And the next place you can find content to share is the big news sites. Now, the biggest news site of all is Yahoo News. So this is the most visited site. It's the most popular news site on the internet. But for ease of use, for what we want it for, it's not the easiest because it's not that easy to drill down to find the niche you want, because this search bar here does not search news, it searches the Yahoo search engine in general. But you can narrow it down a bit by clicking these links up here. Now, the next most popular news site on the internet is Google News. Now, you can select your country up here. And by the way, with Yahoo News, you can also go to your relevant country. For the US, it's yahoo.com. For UK, it's yahoo.co.uk, that sort of thing. Now, back to Google News, you can select your country here, so the edition that you actually want. And down the side here, you can choose some different categories. And the next one is the Huffington Post. Now this one's good because you have all sections here, so you can drill down a little bit further to find your niche and get the kind of content, the kind of news that you're looking for. So this is a good one, Huffington Post. And then we have CNN. Now you can select up here, or you can click here and select from here, so you can drill down a little bit more. You can also choose from the international edition or just the US edition. And if you want to search CNN, click this little magnifying glass and the search box opens up. So you can search for content more relevant or very specific to your niche. Now, the next one I've brought up here is BBC News, and you can click on either these links up here, these links here, or use the search box. Now, when you find something that you want to tweet on one of these news sites, simply click on it and then click the tweet button on that content. Now, occasionally you'll come across something that doesn't have share buttons, but most of the time, most news items have a button to share on Twitter, to tweet on Twitter. The first four I showed you, which is Yahoo News, Google News, Huffington Post, and CNN, in order, these are the four biggest on the internet. And BBC News is a little further down the list. It's round about the 10th biggest news site on the internet. But anyhow, plenty content here, plenty breaking news content to tweet on Twitter. And yet another way to find good content to tweet is by visiting popular websites in your niche. So how do you find the popular websites? Well, you simply search for your niche on Google. For example, if I was selling something in the pets category on Amazon, or I was an affiliate and I had a website around pets and I wanted to promote products in the pets category, I could look for popular websites on pet care or pet health, pet training, that kind of thing. And the results you want are the first results, but excluding any ads. Now, there are no ads on this particular page, but if there were, they would say ad beside them in orange. So you don't want the ads, you want the websites that come up at the top after the ads, if there are any. Now, webmd.com is an authority site. It's a very, very popular site, and they have a section, a whole part of their website specifically for pets. So that would be a great one for me to get content if I was in the pets niche. And here it is here. And conveniently down here they have top stories, and also here they have the most recent stories as well. And I just clicked on one, and here is the Twitter share button here. Now again, occasionally you will come across content that doesn't have any share buttons, but most of the time you're going to find share buttons on the content. Now, whatever your niche is, you are going to be able to find popular websites in that niche. So if your niche was cooking, I did a search for cooking on Google, and this cooking channel tv.com was at the top below where the ads are. So if your niche has anything to do with cooking or anything to do with kitchens, you could share tweets from a popular cooking site, for example, cookingchanneltv.com. And same thing if your niche has got anything to do with babies or toddlers or parenting, anything like that. This was the website here, or one of the websites here that came up at the top of the search results, parenting.com. And of course, all of these websites have search bars on the home page to allow you to search the site as well. So if you're looking for something specific. So that's popular websites in your niche, another source for content to tweet.